to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you are welcome back, I guess I should say, if you've already been here and subscribed. I'm super thankful for you. So today I'm going to do a really fun and exciting video for me because I've spent the last week experimenting with this. So the past week I have been trying out 11 different pregnancy apps from the App Store. I do have an iPhone, so I don't know if they're Android compatible, but you can find these on iPhone, and I would assume they are Android compatible, or maybe have versions that are Android compatible. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to rank them from my favorites to my least favorites. I'm actually going to do my least favorite first because I feel like that would just be quicker to get them out of the way. And then we will go up to my favorite and why. So I have my list right here. So if you guys see me look down, that is the reason why. And I wrote down a couple of things that I specifically was looking for in a pregnancy app, whether it's early pregnancy, later in the pregnancy, or all around, something that I thought would be the most beneficial for me. So those things are, does it have a science picture related in there? So more of like a scan, or just very scientific, if you guys know what I mean. You guys will see what I'm talking about, where you can actually see what's happening with your little baby and inside of your body, which is super crazy. The next thing is a size comparison. Does it compare it to something that you are aware of the size, like a blueberry or a coconut or whatever the case may be? Any type of size comparison, so you have a realistic opinion or realistic idea of how big your baby actually is. I wanted a hospital bag list, and I know you can find those on different websites, Pinterest. Other YouTube mamas will give you guys super good hospital lists, but I really do like that they have a list for you to kind of check mark on their ideas of what they think that you need for the hospital stay. So I thought that was super important to have, if not just kind of like a brainstorm and helping me to organize my thoughts in one place. The next thing is not really that important to me, but I thought it would be important in a pregnancy app, which is a weight tracker. So it is super important to watch your weight while you're pregnant, so you don't gain an enormous amount of weight or an unhealthy amount of weight. But for me, I'm not going to track it into an app. I don't need an app telling me I'm not gaining enough weight, I'm not losing enough weight, I'm too fat. I don't want to know that. I will leave that up to the doctor and my opinion. Also later on in the pregnancy, you want a kick counter, so you know that your baby is still healthy and moving and is just moving around and having a ball inside of your belly. So a kick counter, as well as a contraction counter or timer. So that is super important. When you start contractions, you want a timer to help you differentiate how long your contractions are and how far apart they are. And the last thing I was looking for was like a kind of a daily diary where I could write little notes to myself to look back on, or things I want to talk to my doctor about. Something where the little note section was important, because again, instead of like scrambling on my phone from one app to my notes app to a pen and paper, just doesn't sound exciting. So having it all in one place is the most convenient thing for me. So let's go ahead and get into the list, because there is 11, and the first couple are going to be like my least favorites, so I don't have that much information on them. But you guys, if those are your favorites, obviously everybody is different, has different opinions. So let's go ahead and get right into the top 11, or my ranking the 11 apps that I've tried from best to worst. Okay, so I'm going to do like a little screen recording right here of each app. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot to the side so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So first off, okay, so this is my pregnancy folder right here. It has all of the pregnancy apps that I downloaded for you guys to look at, reference. I just kept them all in one regional area. So the last one, which is actually one of the last ones I downloaded, was the pregnancy tracker. It is that little picture of, what was that picture of? Like a little baby in a sack with a pink background, which you guys will see. It does have a size comparison to me, but I could not for the life of me figure out how to do this. It says I was week 6, which I'm not in my week 6 of pregnancy. I'm 5 weeks, 4 days today, so I'm not 6 weeks. And I just couldn't figure out how to change it. Like, it has all of your weeks up to date and like your plus and minus, which has the kick counter, the contractions, and the weight, so that's a plus. But other than that, like, I could not figure out how to use this app, or maybe this is just a really basic app. But yeah, that is basically why this is my least favorite. It's just not very helpful, and I feel like it's not super accurate because I did write 5 weeks, 4 days, and for it to just round up to 6 weeks is kind of strange for me. Hello? You guys probably can't see, but there's Dixie's right there. Okay. Go Leo down. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, you want to lay right there? Alright, so my next least favorite app, which is actually right next to it, is called Hi Mommy. And I thought this was going to be a super cute app, but it turned out to not be one. I know it says week 5, day 5, but I'm not. I'm week 5, day 4. And again, you probably know how to change it. It says my due date is correct, but I am 4 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, 4 days. So it doesn't really have science on there. It has weight. I really couldn't figure out like all the pounds and ounces. It does have a pregnancy diary, which is good. It has a Hi Daddy app, which I have not tried out. I didn't ask Mauricio to. And it just, you know, it doesn't have that much. Share your mood with dad, which I guess is cute. Your timeline. But again, I am kind of nosy and like to look into the future, so this was also just like not one of my favorite ones on my list. Okay, moving on to my third least favorite app, which is called The Bump. Everyone raves about this app. I don't think anything's wrong with it. It's one of the first apps I downloaded, and it was super easy to figure out and super user friendly. But the thing I just don't like about it is it doesn't have that science kind of esque picture for you. It's kind of just bland, and it doesn't make me excited when I look at it each week or every day if you're obsessive like me. And size of an apple seed, and it's just very, I don't know, it's just not very exciting. And you know, there's a best for baby, a registry, baby names, which is helpful, and perks, but again, there's just not that much on there for you to do. I was trying to kind of figure it out, but like I said, it was just not what I was wanting out of a pregnancy app, so that's why it's on one of my least favorites. Okay, so number 4 from worst to best, so this would actually be number 8 on my list, is the Nurture app, which is the form of the app that I loved, tracking my period and putting in every type of ovulation and everything in there. And I loved the Glow app, but this app is just too, maybe it's too similar to Glow app, and I'm just looking for something new, and because it's a new experience. But I just wasn't super in love with it. It does have that more scientifical picture on there. You guys can see it's more of like a sciencey picture, not as technical as I prefer, but it's on there and it's definitely helpful. And this is also the first app I downloaded because I thought, oh, Glow would be my favorite app, which it turned out to not be my favorite app. But it does not have, if I am correct, like size comparison or any sort of lists or diary. I guess it has notes on there. It's just more of like a period app to me than a pregnancy app. So that's why I just wasn't a fan of it. The next app was Ovia, which I know a lot of people rave about. It is a very solid, good app. The only thing that I just don't like about it, and maybe it's because I'm super early in my pregnancy and it's just like, that's the reason why. But there wasn't more of a scientific picture. It was more of like a cartoon, and it does have a size comparison to a peppercorn right now, which is pretty cool. And the hands and the feet is also very cool. And I think you're able to do, yeah, pregnancy by week in the womb. So it kind of does have, I actually didn't see this, it kind of does have pictures for you, but not the best I've seen. It does have baby names, kick counter, contraction counter. It even has a COVID symptom tool, which is cool. So it has a bunch of characteristics. It's just not one of my favorite apps personally. Alright, the next app is the Pregnancy Tracker and Baby app, which is a purple app. And I believe this one, yes, has a scientific picture on it, which is what gets me. And I like how clear it is that Your gestational age is 4 weeks and or 5 weeks 4 days, is April 2nd, 2021. Everything is just right here, and it's easy to click for baby. You can see mom, what is mom feeling like, food, and it also has advice, and it just, to me, tools, which is really cool. Is it safe? Weight gain chart, belly growth chart, kick counter, contraction counter, names. So this is also one of a really good app if you're looking for it. It has everything you need, and it has that scientific focal picture, which is super important for me personally. The next app is the Baby Center, which was my favorite app for a while, and then it just kind of got ranked down my list as I started to explore the other ones. And once I got into week 5 and baby actually kind of looked like a little human forming, weirdly looking, and it wasn't just like an egg anymore. So yeah, this one is super user friendly. Again, everything is on the homepage for you to see. Some of my other apps are already measuring inches for baby, so this one's not, which is fine. I don't expect all of that. There is that scientific picture that I really like, and you can click on them and see that the brain and spinal cord is forming and the heart is beating, and it has 2 chambers, and that's what I'm super excited about, like what is forming in baby. Tools, again, they have Bumpy, which this was why it was my favorite at first. Is it safe? Kick counter, baby names, birth class, birth preferences, and contraction timer. So that is awesome. Baby, memories, growth trait, sleep guide, trying to conceive. It has a bunch of different things for you. So this is also a really good app as well. The next one on my app, or the next one off my list, is called Pregnancy App Period. And it's green. It has little footprints on it. It does have a comparison, 5 weeks 4 days, and this one does have the length. It has a size comparison. There is no scientific picture. There is this one right here, which is pretty scientific, but like I said, I like more of a 3D view, which maybe that's being super extra, but because I found an app that does that, that is really my favorite app, which you guys will see. It has calendar, pregnancy tools, weight tracker, kick counter, contraction kick. This one even has Kegel exercises if you want to do those, pregnancy items, and all sorts of things that you guys can look at as well. So this is a very solid app as well. It just depends on your personal preference. What to Expect is also an amazing app. I prefer to use it. I love to use it, which is number 3 on my list. I love how it has size comparison from 80s and 90s nostalgia. I think that's super cute. It has fruits, and it has movie and TV props, which I love all of those comparisons. I like how it showed me that the placenta was forming. This is called Baby Science, which is why I liked it. Positive pregnancy test from embryo to fetus. Really cool. It's not an embryo anymore, it's a fetus. It does have a little bit of a scientific picture, and you can watch the video, which is super cool. So again, this is a really good app, and I do love to use it, and I check in on it all the time. So it also has April 2021 babies, but what I've realized so far in that is people just trying to conceive, not actually people talking about being pregnant. So maybe later on there'll be more mamas in there that are expecting, but like I said, solid app. I would recommend it. Second to favorite app is called Pregnancy Plus, with the plus sign, not the word plus. And this app is super scientific, which is why I love it. Right when you open up, you see baby as it is in your uterus. I love that you can click on it and kind of like swivel around and look, and you can zoom in on baby's heart, and you can see it technically beating. And this one does have size on there. I don't know where it went. 3.3 inches, 0.01 ounces. Super cool. You have stuff for baby, sizes, images, timelines, me, guides my weight, bump, oops, birth plan, appointments to do, hospital bag, which this one also has a hospital bag. I think this is the one that I saw. Kick counter, contractions, feedback, and FAQs. So this is one of my favorite apps as well. And then my favorite app that we have so far is Sprout. So the Sprout app is by far my favorite. I just love how scientific it is. I love it. You can zoom in, and it shows you with the embryo, the beating heart is starting to divide into chambers. Tiny cardiac cells are starting to form. You can see that you have a yolk sac. I just love this app, and it is technically the size of an apple seed, which it actually shows you the comparison side by side, which you guys are seeing. The doc says different people, my journal, which I really like. There's my pregnancy, doctor visit planner, to do, newborn essentials, hospital bag, weight tracker, kick counter, contraction timer. A lot of extra helpful things. So this is my go-to favorite app, and I do not pay for the extra. I just have everything for free because I didn't want to pay for an app that I didn't know if I loved or not. But basically those are my top 11 apps. Well, not my top 11 apps, but ranked from the worst to the best apps. So if you guys have any apps that you love, or maybe you love one of the apps that I didn't love so much, leave comments down below and let me know which apps you guys love the most. And maybe features that I haven't seen that you can tell me down below. I'd love to hear everyone's different opinions on different apps. So I will see you guys down in the comments, and I hope you guys have a very blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.